I just want to give you a pan around. This is the gate, but if you pan back out there, that's the entrance from the main road. That brings you out, and if you go right down towards the Coachman's Inn, this is in years of past you'd come by here, and this was a real big pink building. Obviously now it's a little bit run down. So we're going to make our way over to the front of the house. So there's the front gate I've just come in, and as you move along there you take a right in, you go into the yards. You can just take a pan back there. You're looking at the old building there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the back of it. Okay, we're making our way around the back of the house. And again, it's all that pinkness. Hit the steps down into the back of the house. Just on a general, we're after doing a tour of the internal of the house. The internal of the house is not great, but what's very interesting about it is there's 4 or 5 really good fireplaces in it with brass inlays. So we're coming around in here to the back of the house. And we're on through the gate here. Back out through here. Let's hope these dogs are not big. And there's a nice shot there of the two of the cottages. Just get a freeze on that. I have to get the camera out and take snaps of this before it all goes. Actually, let's drop into the what do you call it? The stable offices. As you can see, the place is an absolute smithereens. But there's a nice bit in here of here. If you look at it, all the yards, there's different yards: Carey's yard, Greenhill's, Lane yard, Conway's yard, and the main yard. And they would have all the name tags to tell you what horses were currently stabled in what. All right. Now, if you back away from this, there's some horse pictures around, and I don't know where that was taken, but anyway, the solicitor, that's the name of that horse. So we're just after leaving the stable area, and we're coming down here to what was obviously just outhouses and a bit of shedding and a bit of feed. I'm actually coming down here to root because I actually don't know what's down here. There's a tractor. See that one there? And of course, the unavoidable at the moment, bulldozer. Everywhere you go they seem to be parking around, hauling, eating up everything. I'll do a pan back there. So back up the lane. I hear a horse on my right hand side. Could this be the last horse in this stud? I spotted a gate up here. Now you can imagine years ago this was all bustling with the horses coming in and out. Out training horses, out exercising horses. It's worth adding that just what I think of it here while I'm here today, that my great grandfather worked here. He worked here in the 20s and the 30s. The man next door over here behind me, a man called Nipper McGurk, tells me he remembers him coming when he was 11. He'd be in his 80s now, and he remembers telling me that John Kavanagh, he came from Dodds, who were up the road in Castlemoat, and he brought two horses with him. One was called Rebel and one was called China. And the China man had a squint in his eye. That's what he said the horse had. He'd only got one eye. So Rebel and China were the two horses that he brought with him up here. When I asked Nipper, did he ever talk to him, remember what he was like, he said he was a small man, but very contrary. He said he'd as quick as give you a boot up the arse as say hello to you. As I stand here outside the front of the house, I can't help feeling that in the last 40 years, 30 years, places like this in our area, in the Cloghran Santry, Turnipin area, have gone. And the locals have stood by and watched helplessly as little places like this, Carley's, other houses in the area, or even small colleges were demolished in the name of progress. Cloghran School is another example. But let's hope this time is going to be different. Castlemoat House across the road has a great job done in it. So I'm hoping to bring this to the attention of our Arinta and just see what their plans are for this building, because it is a fine building with a lot of history in it. And who knows, we might be back here in a couple of years' time and it'll be an office area or a restaurant or something that people can use, a living thing rather than the usual. We leave this here 2 or 3 months' time, there's a fire. So I don't want to be too depressing here, but this is an example of the old decency that used to be around years and years ago. Just gone through the house, but again, let's hope that Arinta are not going to follow like what they did with Cloghran School, for example, and just level the place to the ground. Anyway.